Nelson's team, and he's playing small ball with Al Harrington at 6'9", playing the middle. This team went 9-1 to finish the year, and Avery Johnson is responding. Devin George is going to start, and he is going to be on defense and going against Baron Davis and Dirk Well, and the idea get points in the paint. Good defensive play by Baron Davis. Mavericks back defensively. Davis takes it to the hoop, and the Warriors get their first basket. This is the jumper, but Harrington gets the offensive rebound, and Jackson works his way in for the basket. Terry making a foul on Jason Richardson. And coming over is Bill Kennedy to make the back. Terry committing the foul, and there is Jerry Stackhouse, one of the best 6 men in the NBA, and one of the big things that Avery Johnson has emphasized: don't let emotions get the best of you. And you would think that after their problems in the finals against the Heat, this team has matured simply a little bit better.
They all talk about living for the moment, but don't go down.
Maybe we can decipher them, you being a longtime coach in the league.
I'm taking my notes on it.
Matt Barnes into the game for Golden State. Here is Harrington inside, and he gets through for the basket. Al Harrington.
Part of the defense, get into the blue paint, and then find an open shooter.
And Nowitzki has his shot blocked by Steven Jackson inside. Last touched by the Warriors.
Pam was talking about, we see right here, Nowitzki with the size advantage, but the quick jump length of the Golden State Warriors blocks the shot. Going back to Pam telling us about playing mind games, how about Avery Johnson talking all week about how his centers are going to have to play 48 minutes, and he's even starting the up here. And Dirk Nowitzki takes it to the basket and finishes strong.
First field goal for Dirk Nowitzki. And it is a 13-10 lead for Dallas. Here's Baron Davis, and Howard coming over to double team, leaving Matt Barnes open. He can hit the three and does. Matt Barnes, second most assists, but a three-point shooter off the bench. The steal, and getting the job done at both ends. And Jason Richardson called for the foul and appealing in vain to Dick Bavetta. That'll be his second.
One of the things that caused you a problem with Dallas is the fact that they're so unselfish. If you go to double team people, they wind up burning you by passing the ball. We see Harris trying to push it up the floor. Richardson feels that he was just running away.
With a three from the corner, Jason Richardson, who's a big game performer. And Richardson, who scored 40 against the Mavericks a couple of years ago and hit the three-pointer to win the game, and up to this point, the most memorable game he's played. Harrington lays it in. I don't think that is a textbook play. Warriors, again, Golden State. Here is Jackson inside, getting the... Don Nelson has his team in front after one quarter, and this was a team that finished hot 9-1 to make the playoffs.
You go back to January when the big trade took place, 8 players involved in the trade. Nelson really didn't have the full group together because Jason Richardson, we see the missed three by Barnes, wound up breaking his hand. He was out. Then the knee problems for Baron Davis. He was out. So it really wasn't until the last 22 games of the season that the group was together. That
he's no more than 8 players in the game. He had used 7 with Barnes and Petrus off the bench. Howard claiming he was fouled, but the three-point attempt by Petrus doesn't go, and now the Mavericks coming back, looking to tie the game, and the drive in, and the basket counts. So 2 lay-ins by Devin Harris, and with Dirk Nowitzki leading the cheers, the Mavericks have tied the game at 23 early in this second quarter. And a timeout called by Don Nelson, a 6-0 run to start the second quarter, tying the game. And not concentrating on the pass was Stackhouse. The ball bounces off his hands, out of bounds, so the Warriors get it back. Monte Ellis and Jock coming in to get a piece of the ball, but also a piece of Monte Ellis.
This young man was considered a point guard, but really this is a guy with a scorer's mentality. He could put points on the board and do it quickly. He had 2.5 block shots per game.
Howard and Harris go out of the game, and another block by Jock. And we will have the draw the basket goaltending will be called. No block on Jock, which puzzles Avery Johnson. And the Warriors now again lead by 5.
Well, as the shot goes up, we'll see if Jock got it before it hits the glass. Once it
watching the Warriors and Don Nelson really built this team, the Dallas team. Harrington missing a three-point attempt. Offensive rebound by Baron Davis.
Another one of those long rebounds after a three-point attempt.
And Steven Jackson drives in, but a blocking foul will be called against Sagana Diop, and that will be the third foul on Diop. Edge with Nowitzki on the bench. National television coverage. And here's the Warriors with a 4-point lead, and Baron Davis driving to the basket is fouled. Davis already with 9 rebounds. And shaken up is Baron Davis. Looked like he got hit in the face. Last time Golden State was in the playoffs, 1994. Chris Mullin, who is their director of basketball operations, led the team in scoring under Don Nelson, the coach. They have not won a playoff game since the 1992. Feed inside, and Michael Petrus.
To the middle of the floor, he can see who's coming at him from both sides rather than getting blindsided from the backside.
Ties
playing a real deep rotation here, so they once in a while will give up a lob by Dallas after they turn it over.
Here is Beatrice, 67 and 15 regular year, and a great block by 5 rebounds, 4 off the offensive glass. Baron Davis with a fall away. Move by Davis as Davis beating.
They're not going to throw the ball to Diop in the low post here, so they're not that concerned about him rolling to the basket as Baron Davis goes down the lane, draws the contact, and goes to the line for 2.
And so Baron Davis will shoot, and Diop picking up his 4th personal foul. Of experience, this is the 6th season that Baron Davis has been in the postseason. Was on the pine.
You wouldn't be suggesting
tonight has not scored.
Well-built team. What I mean by that they can play
60 to 55. Here's Matt Barnes feeding Jackson with the layup. Here's Stackhouse against Jason Richardson, blocked by Matt Barnes. There's defense for you. Approach 3 minutes to go in this third quarter, and there is Baron Davis for 3, and he hits.
Both of these teams have a great understanding as Baron Davis squares up, elevates, great arc on the ball, makes it look easy. Anytime he makes a move, the next defender's coming.
And the quarter. Here's Stackhouse for 3. Short, and only blue shirts underneath. Here's Baron Davis feeding the corner. Jason Richardson lays it in. And a 4-point lead at 66 to 62 has silenced this crowd with under a minute to go in the third.
To his left, banked it off the glass.
And Harris going in and getting the basket to bring the Mavericks to within 2. But the Mavericks in this game 1 are in a fight for their life, at least to this point, the waning moments of the third. Baron Davis with a 3. His second 3-pointer here in the third quarter, and what a third quarter it has been for Baron Davis. On the face of the Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban, and another 3 by Baron Davis. 26 points. 19 coming here in the third quarter, and that'll do it. As the Golden State Warriors were down by 5, and now they are up by 6. And yes, Mark Cuban can't believe it, and neither can. And the shooting came alive. Here's Terry working against Harrington inside and lays it in. Mavericks have had a lot of uncontested layups tonight.
16 minutes at the end of 3 quarters, and they are very, very productive minutes.
Steven Jackson with a 3. 3 at the line for Jason Terry as he is fouled by Matt Barnes. Quiet, kind of puzzled crowd out here tonight in Dallas. The American he will go to the line.
And once again, anytime Nowitzki turns his back and starts to back down and spins away, he knows right now somebody's coming from behind. Jason Richardson's the one coming. Nowitzki eludes him, misses the shot. But
leading scorer, Howard and Terry each with 17 points for the Dallas Mavericks. Harrington. And Petrus rims the 3. Sagana Diop in the game. Harrington and the foul. Now Diop back in the game, and the only player with 4 personal fouls, and now Diop has 5.
Good job that time by Harrington getting on the offensive board to pick up another field goal attempt opportunity. Puts a foul on Diop, goes to the line now for 2.
Al Harrington coming from Indiana.
Just under 70% from the free throw line for the season.
1 out of 2 for Al Harrington.
No, we got to get better. That's going to be our focus.
Thanks a lot, Chris. I appreciate you joining us on this show by yourself.
He has a great feel for when he can say something to a player, when to leave a player alone. They respect him.
Richardson hitting a 2. Field, it's 80-76. Golden State is in there, and here's Harris, and the ball stripped away from him inside by Ellis, out of bounds, and they're from the line tonight. And they're going to call the foul, and it'll be in the act of shooting. So Nowitzki will go to the line and fire away for 2. The personal is on Jason Richardson. Ed. Baron Davis going on here in this 1-8 matchup with the Mavericks having all they could handle against the pesky Warriors, who are playing the unorthodox style so far to success. Here is Jop going up, and Warriors claiming he walked, but a foul instead is called against Golden State. On a Jop on the line. And Pat Riley can match Don Nelson with that kind of honor. Big offensive rebound. And Richardson getting it back for the basket. A lot of anxiety going on here at the American Airlines Center, and the 24-second clock expires. So 7 on the shot clock. Here's Steven Jackson with a 3. A huge 3. And right now, Mark Cuban is enraged. And a timeout called by the Dallas Mavericks. They had 1 full and 1:20 left. 5 minutes without a basket. Trailing by 8, Nowitzki misses, and the rebound taken down by Baron Davis.
You see the fast break by Matt Barnes. A long pitch ahead pass that time by Golden State.
Basket and a 10-point lead, the first double-digit advantage by anyone tonight. Harris spins his way in for the basket. So Devin Harris now with 19, showing no fear. Can they hold on? That's the question. But a big steal here by Harris. And a block made. Harris. Block made by Jason Richardson, and the ball goes back to Golden State, and Barnes hits from the corner. And now Avery Johnson wants to signal a timeout. Basket at the other end by Matt Barnes. Stunning.
Dick, one of the things I think is the block was clearly a clean block, but after the block, then the bodies collide. The defender lands on top of the offensive player, drives him into the stanchion, and that's where the injury takes place. No foul is called because on the block shot, there was no contact. And it's a very difficult call. Tough to define this. Clean block, follow through, crashes into him, and now they land in the stanchion. Here we go from a different angle. You'll see Richardson get up, gets it before it gets to the glass, but then there's the follow through. That, I think, is what Avery Johnson is saying is clearly a foul. Right here, Golden State, they're not going to change. You got to make decisions how you're going to play them.
9-point lead with 1 minute and 41 seconds remaining. Here's Baron Davis hitting the jumper, and all of this becomes a dagger as Baron Davis now with 30 points, 23 coming here in the second half. To go, and some of the crowd starting to make their way out of the American Airlines Center. Baron Davis for 3, hitting another 3. Golden State Warriors. Don Nelson said he needed 100. May not get 100, but pretty good. And that will do it. The Warriors have come into Dallas against the #1 seed and have stunned the Western Conference leaders. 97-85. An incredible, stunning victory. Golden State led by 3 with 5.5 minutes to go, and then they went on their 15-6 run and win the game. Baron Davis with 33 points.